Tim and Melanie, talk to me about any baggage that you think you brought into your marriage or just experience that you have with other couples that have brought baggage into their marriage.
Well, when we got married, that was a different time. Women did most everything around the house. Very few women worked outside of the home, but I grew up in a cultural revolution time. I worked after I graduated from college and we got married, and I did a lot of most everything around the house, and I carried in not a good expectation as far as who would do what around the house. And so over the years we've had to come up with who was going to do what, because my mother didn't work, and so she could do everything there was to do. But as I worked, I couldn't do everything, and so we had to grow in that area.
Certainly roles that I perceived as being my roles, and roles that I perceived as being Melanie's roles. And over the years, very few of those have stayed in place.
What type of baggage do you think that you brought into your marriage? Samsonite, Twister.
Come on, babe.
Well, the type of baggage that I brought into the marriage was I was very naive to life, and some of the things that went on. I had a strong foundation in the church, which resulted in a lot of legalism, and so therefore that was huge. And marrying someone who was not raised the way I was brought in a lot of conflict and baggage. Very judgmental towards him, and not really being patient while God worked on him. Actually, I was perfect.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, you know, I didn't have any baggage. I was good. I mean, you don't count rejection and the fact that my father left and no love from the extended family. And if you don't count all that stuff, I don't have any baggage. I was good.
And you came into the marriage with a son.
Can I say my part?
Okay, yes. Yes, sorry.
See, that's my baggage right there. Right there. But we're good.
So, when you guys got married, what do you think was the baggage you actually brought into your marriage that needed to be dropped off somewhere else?
Can I go first?
Yeah, go first.
My baggage is my parents were divorced when I was 16, so I had very bad marriage models. So I had my own ideas about how marriage was going to be, and I made a promise to myself that my husband was not going to ever treat me like I thought that my father had treated my mother. And so that was unfair to him, and it was also unfair to my marriage, because I came in thinking that I had to come in with this tough, rough exterior, and for a lot of years I messed up and messed over our marriage because I did that.
Just, What was it? I don't know. Baggage. Just coming from a abusive household, verbal abuse and bad marriage pictures, and so expectations were low, and dealing with my own rejection as a child and having that manifest itself in my marriage. So those are the kind of things baggage I carried.
I used to think it was just a carry-on, but then I found out it was more like a duffel bag. And I had so much pride, and then I had a lot of rejection that I wasn't aware of. And the biggest thing is that I wasn't aware that I had baggage. So it was the thought, the false thought that I'm okay. And so by bringing in ignorance, that was the biggest problem I think that I brought into the marriage. I was ignorant of the fact that I had baggage and I needed some help.
I think for me, the biggest amount of baggage that I brought in was selfishness, and I didn't even think I was selfish because I have a brother, but we're 9 years apart. I'm older, and I have always been taught to be a very giving person. And so in seeing myself as a giving person, I definitely didn't see myself in any way selfish. However, shortly thereafter, when we got married, you know how just different things affect you differently, and so I had to come to the conclusion that I am selfish, and so thank God for deliverance.
Amen.
Think of a couple you know who's been married for 10 years or 20 years, and when you see them, you think to yourself, man, they have it. They got a thing, and you can tell they got a thing, and let me tell you something. Down with the idea, wow, they are so lucky. They're so lucky. No, incorrect. Incorrect. A good marriage is not like you won the lottery, all right? It's not lucky. A good marriage takes, what am I trying to say? It takes work. A good marriage takes work.